CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV. Welcome to CBT News with Shyann Malone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. And now here's today's top stories.
A Delaware judge has invalidated Elon Musk's record-breaking $56 billion pay package from Tesla, calling the compensation granted by the EV maker's board, quote, an unfathomable sum that was unfair to shareholders. This decision, which is subject to appeal, nullifies the largest compensation package in corporate America. The judge concluded that the directors that negotiated the share-based remuneration targeted Musk. General Motors CEO Mary Barra announced that the company is altering its product portfolio strategy to include plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. Barra revealed that, quote, select vehicles, end quote, in North America will be equipped with the plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, which combine internal combustion engines and battery technologies. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicles will help the company comply with the government's fuel economy regulations until charging infrastructure is developed. Barra also claimed, quote, to be clear, GM is still committed to eliminating tailpipe emissions from our light-duty vehicles by 2035. United Auto Workers Union President Fain fired back at former President Trump's criticism of him for endorsing President Joe Biden. On January 28th, Trump called Fain a, quote, dope, end quote, and urged people to vote for him instead. In a social media post, Fain stood by his decision to support Biden and accused Trump of using a, quote, rope-a-dope, end quote, tactic. He argued that Trump was trying to take away and distract people from the fact that he was taking away their rights and benefits by dividing them and pitting them against one another. Wrapping up our coverage, BMW has recently shared a spring update to its growing line of EVs, including a new all-wheel drive variant of the i5. The BMW i5 xDrive 40 is set to begin production in March of 2025, with an MSRP of $70,100. BM's EV lineup currently includes the all-electric 5 Series that was introduced as a 2003 model. The M60 variant offers superior performance, while the eDrive 40 provides a top speed of 130 miles per hour, 390 horsepower, and a DC charging rate of up to 205 kilowatts. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with Steve Greenfield, the CEO and founder of Automotive Ventures, and the host of The Future of Automotive, right here on CBT News. He's here to discuss the future of the industry as we get ready for NADA just moments away.
CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV.
First and foremost, how's your business doing? I mean, you've now had the fund for how long?
Yeah, so we've been investing for 3 years,
okay,
out of 2 funds now, as you know.
Okay.
But it's amazing. You know, I was a corporate guy forever,
yeah,
overseeing acquisitions
sure,
and strategy.
Sure.
So it's a big change for me personally.
Sure.
But you know, it's great. We've made 27 investments now in 3 years.
That's fantastic.
So we're at a really great pace.
Yeah.
Every month and a half, we're investing in a new company.
That's great.
And you know, learning a new skill set here.
Yeah.
But have some great investors, many of whom dial into this show every week. And
Sure.
you know, I think it's we're doing really well. Some standout companies already emerging within that portfolio. So feeling really good about this like very vertically focused thesis, and continue to talk to entrepreneurs very regularly and find new companies to invest in.
And you do a great job of that. You are all over. I mean, Bridget and I are like, how does this guy do? Does he have his own private jet or what?
I just cloned myself.
I think you have, because
I have a twin brother you don't know about. Yeah.
You will be at one event, and the very next morning you'll be on the other side of the country at another event. We're like, how does he do this? It's incredible. You're doing a great job doing that. So just for the audience that may not be as familiar with the fund as we are, tell us kind of the impetus behind this, and what's the common denominator? It's the fact that dealers are able to invest in companies, right?
Yeah, it's kind of related to the book, as you said, right? I mean, I was always amazed, 25 years in the industry, that no one had written a book about what the life might look like for the dealer in 5 or 10 years. So I took the opportunity to write that, and as I was thinking through that, I was like, started to meet more entrepreneurs that were really innovating in this space. I mean, the book's thesis and our fund thesis is we're seeing more change now. The pace of change is accelerating. We're going to see more change in the next 5 or 10 years than the dealers have seen in the last 100. Some things are very durable. The franchise dealer model is very durable and defensible, but the change is accelerating, right? We see in the news, like software-defined vehicle and electrification and all these things. Agency model we heard a lot about during COVID. So I think that navigating around that is important for dealers to have a thought partner, but also for those dealers that want to step up and invest early stage, we give them a conduit to do so, right? So some of what we're investing in allows them to hedge if there are disruptors to their business. And in the dealer fund, our second fund, we're really helping them invest in solutions that help their business, either generate more revenue, find efficiencies, or take out costs. And we are a bloodhound looking for entrepreneurs who are really focused on helping dealers succeed.
That's fantastic. And how many times has a dealer said to you or said to me, that company just sold for $400 million, and I was the one that helped them get off the ground and helped them get started, and maybe I did some ads for them or testimonials, or I put them in my 24 stores or what have you. Now they're able to invest in that company.
That's right. All the time you hear that, and I mean, many of the audience today is going like, rolling their eyes, saying, in the early days of that company, that button on the homepage is because of me. That was the feedback that I gave.
That's right.
And dealers really haven't had a way, and we're finding much more. Forget our fund for a minute. Many more dealers are stepping up and investing directly into these companies now, which I think is a great dynamic. It's good for entrepreneurs. They have more access to capital. But as you sort of said, it really aligns the dealers, who are the customers, the paying customers, with the entrepreneurs, because if those entrepreneurs do get an exit, then the dealers get a double win, right? They win from the solution, but they also win on the exit if they can participate on the way out.
And be sure to watch this full interview right here at cbtnews.com. Well, that wraps up our show for today, but we do invite you right back here tomorrow morning on cbtnews.com. And remember, you can stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV